Good morning, all packed up again. Nice night in this little field. A bit windy. And we got those big windmills, turbines behind us. And I never realized how loud they were. The best way I can describe it is like a jet plane flying high overhead. And that kind of whoosh happens all night. But I imagine it might get a bit annoying. And otherwise, being so close, I hope I don't get cancer. Okay, finally getting going. I don't know, about 5 times a day I have to screw around with this GoPro, take the battery out because it freezes. I'm surprised they've done so well because the product is garbage. With the media mod on, I can only get mono, so every time I'm talking to you guys it's only in mono, not stereo, which is super annoying. You would think that they'd be able to fix that. Anyways, when I get home I'll be looking at what other options are out there. There's got to be something better and more reliable. Let me know if you guys have something better than GoPro. Moving on, we're heading towards Newcastle. Spend a little time checking out the city, and by then we're pretty close to Scotland, and we'll be in Scotland by tomorrow. Just gonna decide whether I spend the night in Newcastle. We'll see how the day goes, or if I maybe even make it up to Scotland tonight. Okay, had a coffee and a little sandwich. Now just gonna head into town. I've booked an accommodation for this evening. A budget room as usual, so we'll see what it ends up being. Alright, just got squared away in my shady hotel in shady part of Newcastle. That's the problem with budget accommodations. You don't know where you're gonna be or what you're gonna get. And I showed up, there was no manager around, so the cleaner put me in a room. And then the manager shows up after I got all settled and said I had to go to a different room, which was exactly the same, but just somewhere else in the hotel. And he couldn't be persuaded to just leave it be. He had to do what his phone told him to do. So had to pack up and move. Anyways, we got it all squared away, and now I'm gonna go check out the town. Crossing the Gateshead Millennial Bridge. This bridge was opened in 2001. It's the first tilting bridge ever. It actually tilts up like this on these wires to allow boats to pass through underneath. Will the architectural wonders never cease? This bridge has obviously not been hitting the gym enough. Good morning from Newcastle. I had a decent night's stay for the cheap hotel that I had. It was all right for the price. I'm now all packed up. I'm just going to be heading towards the coast, try and find a place to have a coffee and a breakfast, and then I'm going to work my way up the coast towards Edinburgh, do a little hike today, and try and find a place to camp somewhere between here and Edinburgh. And as far as the weather goes, I have no idea what's going on. It's sunny, rainy, windy, and it's just a big mixed bag. All of a sudden it'll start to rain a little bit, so you got to be prepared for anything here. So I was hoping to do a kite surfing camp in Edinburgh, but I emailed one place and they said the weather doesn't look promising for this coming week, which I can't believe, because it's been non-stop windy no matter where I've been. Between Ireland, England, Scotland, no matter where I've been, it's always been windy. I guess we'll see when I show up and see what the actual scoop is, but that may have to get delayed till a bit later on. Had a little breakfast at the Tynemouth Surf Cafe. Do a little cruise along the beach side here. And it's about 70k to where I want to do my little hike. Give it just enough time for the weather to clear up. So ahead of me is Dunstanburgh Castle, so we'll stroll towards there, then loop around and walk back. And this is a stroll along the golf course. What a nice little spot for a golf outing. Behind me stands Dunstanburgh Castle, built on a headland in Northumberland. The castle was built when King Edward II and Earl Thomas of Lancaster were openly hostile to each other. Lancaster started this castle around 1313 and built it as a monument to show up King Edward II, who did not take kindly to this. And in an act of rebellion, when Earl Lancaster tried to overcome the king, his rebellion failed, and thus Lancaster was executed. It was then given to John of Gaunt, who strengthened it against the Scots. It was besieged during the War of the Roses and eventually fell into disrepair. Okay, let's loop around the castle and down to the beach and go for a little stroll. Okay, done our castle visit for today and our little beach walk. Just gotta get some gas and then figure out where I'm going further down the road towards Edinburgh. It's about just under 200 kilometers from Edinburgh, so figure if I do half of that and find some place to camp, I'll make it there in good time tomorrow. So out there is Holy Island, and you can drive across during low tide. But it's not low tide. So there's no getting across without flippers. Depends how deep, I could probably make it. Back we go. It's almost getting time to try and find a place to camp. Okay, I've scoped out this little area down this little path. And it looks like it's where they dump the grass clippings. But it looks like it'll be perfect. So I should be all right here. 7 o'clock. I don't think I'll be disturbed. I am now crossing the Gateshead Memorial Lancaster